there was this horrible accident in a jiu-jitsu school in the USA where a professor was rolling with a white belt, experienced one, and accidentally broke his neck. And the man went paralyzed, went limp for a while, and luckily he made a recovery. But now a lawsuit ensued, and the school owner was ordered to pay $46 million, which is a huge amount. And now all of the jiu-jitsu community is up in a bunch. There's huge discussions about it, mostly about the role of Hannah Gracie. Hannah Gracie is a world-renowned school owner and teacher, famous for his Gracie University and shunned by many for being a money grabber and whatnot. And now he's being showered with the worst words. Now let me give you a bit of a differentiated take. There's two sides to this that I would like to shed light on. First of all, obviously, accidents can and will happen. And that's always the case. You know, you can just slip when you step through the door and actually break your neck doing just that. One of the people that I've known in my life died while being on the toilet, you know, and his carotid artery burst, and that was it. So freak accidents happen, and we can see this as a freak accident, of course. But I also see that many school owners are very much refusing to try and take more responsibility for their behavior. They think, you know, we just sign a waive away your rights, and then just go at it. And they want to have that kind of free for all, like teenagers going full force all the time with anybody without taking too much safety precautions. And you guys know that I like to train hard, and I implement neck cranks and heel hooks and whatnot in my training. And many of those people, they were criticizing me for implementing those locks in training, saying they were too dangerous. And now I understand why. Because they don't want to take any safety precautions. They want to go full power all the time, no restriction. And with that mindset, obviously, a lot of accidents are going to happen and are happening. And it's a matter of time and a matter of statistics to have more serious injuries like the one that just happened. Now, this is an accident, but that doesn't mean that we could not or should not take further safety precautions. In my school, I think it's, I trained like you guys when I was a teenager. And now I'm 33 years old. So I'm not that old. And I've learned a couple lessons about safety and training that I would like to implement to reduce the risk of injury. Because I train kids, I train adults, I train old people, I train competitors, and I train many people just being here as hobbyists. And I want everybody to go home healthy and as friends. And now a competitor may always make that trade-off to offer a bit of safety to gain a bit more power back. But to me as a school owner, safety is most important. And my safety protocol involves to only use techniques on a person that they are trained in. I will not use a neck crank with somebody who doesn't understand neck cranks. I will only use heel hooks with people who are trained in heel hooks. And in my school, there's the rule, and I think that should be mandatory for every jiu-jitsu school in the world, every martial arts school in the world, that as long as you are the dominant training partner, you are carrying the majority of the risk, that you're carrying the majority of the responsibility for what is happening. So when I'm throwing somebody, I have to make sure that they land without being injured. Only with very advanced fighters I can give a lot of responsibility for them, and I can throw as hard as I want to, and they will be able to correct breakfall. And now we can discuss or not if that person should be able, as a white belt of like 2 or 3 years training, being able to roll over or not. That's not the question here. And it's not the question if the instruction should use a move where you put all your body weight into one direction without the ability to change. That might or might not be the case. It's not what I'm talking about. But what I see in the discussion is that most school owners outright refuse to take any safety precautions. They refuse to implement the rule of catch and release. They refuse of implementing a rule of only using techniques that your training partner understands. They refuse to take any kind of responsibility or be ready to implement any kind of change into the training system. And I would argue that in the end, if you would implement a better safety protocol, you would get stronger fighters. Because how many of promising students are losing their career because of injury that could have been prevented by going just a bit safer in training, you know? And if you are ready to implement only techniques against your training partners that they understand, it might just be a bit more difficult to catch them, and in the end might make you a better jiu-jitsu fighter or jiu-jitsu player, however you would like to refer to yourself. And I think the jiu-jitsu community and the martial arts community as a whole should be ready to step up to increase the safety protocol for the good of all students and to further open our community to more people and be able to have more people train jiu-jitsu than just people who are hardcore competitors and ready to get their bones broken in training like it's a normal thing. It is not, right? Let's face that and let's increase the safety of our training.